Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Jobble Sports Podcast, where it's just going to be two guys talking about things that kind of interesting. So, um, yeah, mainly going to be about sports, mainly going to be about hockey and football and that stuff. And then Mike will also talk about things that interest him, I guess, along the line. Like, I don't know, what do you find interesting? Classical music. Big
I
Beethoven fan
mean,
over here.
definitely more hockey than football, but I could still talk football.
He can talk about anything. Does it mean it's true? No, but he can talk about
Oh
it.
yeah, anything I say regarding football, I would just let go in one ear and then come out the other.
Yeah, so let's start with the Devils. So the Devils play today against the Blues. So already confirmed that Markstrom's gonna get the start in net. So let's start there, right? Markstrom's been struggling. Like that's been something. I think he's had like one or two quality starts so far. Last game he did pretty well, pretty good towards the end against the Red Wings. So hopefully that
Yeah,
continues with them against the Blues. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, no, definitely. Markstrom has to keep up with because, like you said, at the end, he was picking himself up. So if he could bring that to this game, we could definitely, uh, probably maybe win, maybe that's the hope.
Well, when we're dealing with everything going on with Jack right now, like these are the games, right? Like this is like the Blues kind of at the bottom of the league, and every game I truly believe is tough, but like you're going into the Thanksgiving break, and Jack's gonna be out until I believe like mid-January. These are the points you want, right? At home, especially
Yeah,
considering now we're an exceptional home team, which over the course of the last couple of years was the exact opposite of what we were, considering we used to exclusively play well on the road. So that was kind of interesting that we just immediately flipped with like no
yeah.
notice at all. So that was fun. But
Well,
yeah,
even though Jack is out, I would say Heishier, Meyer, Brown, and Glass, like they're all kind of like stepping up. They're contributing rather than, letting this one player be down and then, being like, oh shit, we're gonna lose this whole thing. Might as well just like skate it out rather than,
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, it's piggybacking off of what you just said there. Cody Glass, man, if he could stay healthy, the team is like completely different when he's in the lineup. Like he helps a lot with the center depth. So yeah, like this is like the third time he's starting the season, basically, as he said in interviews before. So he looks good. He just needs to stay healthy, and I think it really helps out a lot with how basically the lines are configured when he's in the lineup. So let's just look past today. We play Black Friday at 4 against Buffalo. Of course, this is all going to be Eastern Standard Time. Then we face Philly, and then we face Columbus. Both Philly and Columbus at home. Buffalo's on the road. So again, Buffalo, poor Buffalo, man. I don't even know what to say about them anymore. Like you just want them to succeed, but still a struggle of the year. Um, yeah. So some winnable games there, and you kind of want to start banking points because right afterwards we face Dallas, and Dallas seems pretty solid. And so these are some like the next 2 or 3 games you would like to get at least like 4 or 5 points out of. And I know you want to sit in like every 3 game stretch, but yeah.
yeah,
So.
no, yeah, no, these next three games we have to win. Monday we could lose. It's okay. We don't need to win them all.
Yeah. It's such a weird year that like especially the Metro itself, like it is like there is no room for error. It's like you're on a 3 game losing streak, you feel like you're good, and then 3 games later it's just like, well, it's over. It's such a tight division right now. But yeah, so I mean it's gonna be interesting to see what happens tonight. Let's try and pivot around to I guess the rest of the league. Some interesting stuff going on. I feel like the kids are all right, basically. Anaheim looks like they got it going. San Jose looks like they got it going. I think Anaheim may make the playoffs. San Jose may not, but like you see it, like to all the years of basically suffering, the fruits of their labor are definitely coming through, especially with Anaheim. But San Jose looks great too. Like Celebrini
Yeah,
is unbelievable, and same with Chicago, right? Like all these like bottom feeder teams, like it's like. you're just waiting for this season to be like, this is why we suffered. This is why we went through what we did. And
Two things that I'm liking right now. San Jose's moving up there. Before the season starts, I always place two bets. One, that the Devils, they win the cup. That's one bet I always make. And the other bet that I always make is the worst team in the league wins the cup. That happened to
yeah,
be San Jose. Now they're moving up. And another thing that's making me happy is Toronto is all at the bottom.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like Toronto. So
yeah.
happy they're on the bottom.
We should have started off by mentioning that if you didn't already know, considering how we introduced the entire segment, we're Devil fans. Considering we just went on a a 6 to 10 minute tangent solely about the Devils versus Blues. Yeah, Devil fans, and he doesn't like Toronto because of something that
No,
happened like 3 years ago. So there you go.
something that happened?
Oh my God.
Something. Wow. Something. Unbelievable.
So yeah.
No,
Uh,
Toronto, I, I, I don't like them.
well,
I won't
yeah,
go into the specifics, but yeah, not a good team. Don't like them.
but I guess we can pivot a little bit more into other teams. Let's talk about the Rangers, and we're not those Devil fans, and we're not those Ranger fans, so
No, I'm
uh,
not gonna
uh,
start trashing on the Rangers,
I
but
don't know.
it would
It's
be nice to for them to pick up a little bit. They've been horrible.
Yeah, well, right now they've been the exact opposite of us, which is basically they actually won, I think, the last 2 or 3 homes, but the start of the season didn't look pretty. They were exact opposite of us, which is that they only played good on the road and their home record was abysmal. But listen, when you always have Shesterkin, you have a chance. That's how I always thought about it. Panarin's been playing good ever since he cut his hair again, which is just such a fun storyline to talk about. How when he buzzes his head, he like his skill increases exponentially. So that's always fun to talk about. But yeah, so we'll see if they could turn it around. And of course, the other local team, Matthew Schaefer as a defenseman. Oh, first overall pick. What a stud. Like he looks like he is just like out of the box, ready to rock. And it's fun to watch. So yeah, I mean it's a fun local teams. Rangers are trying to pick it up. I feel very interesting to see if they don't pick it up, what Chris Drury, their GM, is gonna do. So, like, do you want to sell? Like, I know you want to re-sign Panarin. I know I believe they came with an offer for a more team-friendly deal for like 2 or 3 years. So we'll see how that wraps out for them. But a lot to look forward to, not just in the metropolitan area, just in general. The league looks really cool, like especially considering it's the turning of the god, right? Like I said, the Ducks, the Blackhawks, the San Jose, like it looks like their dark days are behind them. So yeah. Let's pivot, I guess, to football. Let's talk about the Jets. I'm a Jet fan, and so is he for some reason. I told him very much not to be, but here we are. Um,
I figure,
uh,
well, what's a sport without suffering, huh?
I mean, enjoyment, but but yeah, we're gonna 2 or 3 weeks ago, the trade deadline happened. The Sauce Gardner trade for the two first round picks, and we got Adonai Mitchell as a wide receiver. And we also traded Quentin Williams to Dallas for a first round pick. On a defensive tackle that kind of replace him. But it's basically showing that we're gonna find out really quick who the GM is of the Jets gonna be. Like Muji, like this is, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I think it's Dave Muji. He has 5 picks in the next 2 years. We'll find out really quickly if he knows how to hit them. The last couple weeks, I like Aaron Glenn actually. I feel like the culture is building. And I know, right now we just don't have all the pieces in place. I like so far what I'm seeing from both of them, really. I think Mechie looked good last week. He had like back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. Aiden Mitchell, I know he had the drop problem, but like he was getting open. He got some decent separation. And now this week he caught a couple of balls, so I like them. I think especially going into next year, maybe also adding a wide receiver, but going into next year as the three going as Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, and then Mechie, I think is pretty solid. Defensively, I think we're getting better. Corners may be an issue with the loss of Sauce, but obviously that we knew was coming. Nick Folk, I would like to resign. He looks like he just ages. The older he gets, the better as a kicker he is. But yeah, and besides that, around the league is just interesting, man. Everyone's saying we're going back to like 2015, 2018, and they're absolutely right with the Patriots being up there, Broncos being up there, Colts being up there. So that's interesting to see. And yeah, so interesting couple of games on Thanksgiving. We'll see how that plays out. Joe Burrow is supposed to come back tomorrow. Hopefully he's healthy enough to not get seriously injured again. So we'll see how that game plays out. But yeah. Any thoughts on the NFL, the Jets as a whole? Anything you want to add to that?
I wonder if I could send them an invoice for all the money I lost betting on them. Do you think they'd acknowledge it? Or they'll
Oh
just,
yeah. No, they love to pay stuff back like that. Absolutely. That's what they're known for. But
well, I mean, considering they just like taking L's, I figure why not an L to a person?
well, just like some other people talk about, this year wasn't about wins and losses. I mean, you like to just randomly be surprised, but it's about can Aaron Glenn build like a culture. And for the first half of the year, I was terrified to be completely like there was nothing. But we traded Sauce and we traded Quentin in like the last 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, we lost, but like that Baltimore game was like a game, which I didn't think was gonna happen. So that's something I love to see. But yeah, that's probably about all I want to talk about this week. Anything else you want to bring up before we wrap up? I know it's a little short, but I kind of figured just get the ball rolling on these episodes.
Jumping back to hockey,
Yeah.
not so much about the sport of it, but did they say what Jack Hughes did to hurt himself?
Oh, they're never gonna talk about that. They said he broke glass and it cut his finger or something.
I,
Like
I
you
think
you
I
could
think he was
believe that
playing
if you
that
want
knife
to.
game with his hand. He was like, guys, look what I can do.
Dude,
And
man,
maybe a tip of something, one of his
I
fingers got cut off.
I really hope that's not true.
I
Well, like
mean,
again,
I
like
mean, if it's a pinky, I mean, he could get back out there real quick. But
I mean,
if it's
considering
like
it is the
like
pinky and it's 2 months, so
if it's
so.
like one of the better fingers, it's gonna be a downfall.
But I mean, again, it's just gonna be a lot of testing and everything just to see how we recover without him and everything. So it's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, Markstrom can build off of
Well,
this. Speaking of goaltending, real quick, sorry to cut you off. Jake Allen's been a stud. I know his last game didn't look great. I don't really put that on him. I think like the fourth goal was kind of like a one you want to have back, but that didn't matter. The Flyers got rolling, and it just went downhill quick. I love Jake Allen. I think the contract he signed was amazing for us, and like I truly appreciate him signing it. Like if I was in his position, I would have 100% went to a different team for more money, especially considering the free agency market. There was very little, and he could have got a lot of money. So I appreciate what he did. I know he's happy here. Like that contract proves it. Like so, truly grateful for that. I think he's played great. And so hopefully Markstrom could get back to the level we're accustomed of seeing from him. And yeah, I know you wanted to say something.
I was gonna say that, from this last game, Detroit really got like angry and upset with us. And I see that as like I think they were expecting this to be an easy win because we have Jack Hughes out and we've been on a losing streak. But we pushed hard. It seems like the team is like getting its bearings ready. And I'm kind of hopeful for this next game. I'm hopeful.
I
I think
mean,
if we
yeah,
keep the momentum going, we'll be fine.
yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I think Cody Glass coming back is so important because like not having Jack and Cody Glass, like our center depth was really like, you know, grasping at straws to say the least. But yeah, they looked good. I think Detroit dominated at stretches of the game, but that was just such a fun game because you could see how much it meant for both teams, and that's like kind of the emotions of it. I think there was a cheap shot here or there by both teams, and it's just like, they care, and that's what you love to see as a fan base because every now and then there are games or seasons where you tell that they're not talented enough, or you see maybe they are talented enough, but they may not be trying as hard. But that was just a fun game all around. And also, like speaking, piggybacking, Detroit could make the playoffs, which is I think the first time in like 9 seasons for them. So, like all these franchises that just have been racking up these playoff droughts look like they could be busting through. And unfortunately, I have to pivot back to Buffalo because I really want to see them go, and it's stop and go almost like every year. There'll be years that you just truly believe it's their time, and it just doesn't happen. But yeah, so a lot of interesting things to look forward to. Um, any final words or no?
No, no.
Okay, well, hopefully everyone has a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy time with your friends and family. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we look forward to hearing from you, very professional, on the next Jubble Sports episode. Bye, everybody.